Kenny Rogers. He didn't say Kenny Rogers, but I sing that song all the time to him.
Can we get a few bars?
You got to know when to hold them.
All right.
Know when to fold them. So anyway.
Know when to vote them?
Fold them.
It sounded like you said know when to
know
vote
when
them.
to vote or die now. Okay, so look. So the first video I came up had over like 2 million views. This guy had just taken the song, recorded it on YouTube, and put the worst like Windows movie crap you'd ever seen. This guy's making money every time he plays that video. How is that allowed? How is that allowed?
Back door, baby.
I mean, this got 2 million views on this crappy video, and I'm just like, and this is someone else's song. You're taking us down. We played like a minute of freaking Childish Gambino. YouTube's kind of whack like that. You know,
I mean, I've heard that if you just like so much has changed the key.
Yeah, you can't.
Sometimes it
well
won't register it.
A lot of our songs, the themes are done. I've
down
tuned them a little bit. So there you go. So that was about it, man. Just living that bird life, brother.
So a friend of mine was driving a bunch of girls around, and he's like, "What y'all want to listen to?" And they said, "This is America," and he thought they meant like "You Choose" because it's a free country.
So what did he pick?
I don't know. Who knows?
Should have picked just the most corny white song of all time. John, what's your favorite song?
Probably like Matchbox 20.
And I say, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? Okay, so anyway, that's one of John's favorite songs. That was it for the week, and I just want to bring this up right now. Episode 100 is slowly approaching. We are 8 episodes away from it, and we're putting this out here. This is happening, most likely. Episode 100, which will fall on the week of July the 13th, that'd be Friday the 13th, we're going to do, in honor of episode 100, a 24-hour straight stream. We will start at 8 o'clock on Friday, and we're going to record all the way to Saturday at 8 o'clock. 24 hours of uninterrupted podcasting, streaming, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what we're going to do. So we
don't even know.
Putting it out there to the listeners. If you're listening to this, live stream, podcast, whatever, you want to be part of this show, send us an email, message us, let us know. We need to start planning all this out because this is going to be crazy. I mean, I think other shows have done this. I'm pretty sure. I've seen a few here or there, but local, I've never seen this done before. So who knows what's going to happen after hour 8? I mean,
what's the longest you've ever consecutively talked before?
Oh, I mean, probably
with or without alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, probably a few hours. I mean, but you always stop. You know, you're talking. I mean, at work, I'm talking for 8 hours a day a lot of time, but yeah, with breaks and stuff. No, never 24 hours.
So
I can't tell you the last.
Do you take the gamble and for the 24-hour stream, do you start in on the alcohol, or is that just too much of a risk to crash?
Too much of a
burn?
risk. I mean, we can do it maybe mid, but good God, man.
Mid.
You start doing it at the beginning, you're going to be toasted, man.
Toasted.
Just
you
imagine.
In the middle, though, you'll be ready to fall asleep.
Imagine hour 20. We're going to have coffee going, right? We're going to have.
I was going to order like a case of Red Bull.
Yeah, there we go.
Like, I
need sugar-free. Sugar-free, please.
Oh, I'm not about that life, brother.
I need it, though.
Why?
I'm off the sugar.
Are you on a diet? Are you on the diabetes?
I got diabetes.
What's that guy's name?
Got diabetes. And I try to drink sugar-free drinks. I don't drink any Coca-Cola products at all.
I think you can make an exception for the
okay, all right, whatever. I mean, yeah.
I'll bring you a couple of sugar-free.
At hour 20, I don't think it's going to matter, bro. I'll be drinking whatever you give me. It's like, hey, this is there used to be a drink called liquid cocaine. Where's that liquid cocaine?
Who's got the sugar, the extra sugar liquid cocaine?
All right, well, that's it. So we put that out there. This is happening. Episode 100, 24-hour stream. We'll have guests in the house. We'll have them on Skype. We'll have all kinds of segments. So just be paying attention if we get closer to that.
I think we're going to do like a dance party that night, right?
We can do anything can be done that night.
We are willing to take suggestions. So if you guys have some ideas, shoot them our way.
There you go. So, okay. All right, well, let's get moving, man. We got some topics to talk about this week. And once again, it's the world. Crazy stuff is happening every week, all the time. And we're going to obviously talk about some of those stories that stood out to us. So, Lee, what's the first story you got up on the books? Oh, no. So this story comes at us from the BBC News. It says, Vape Pen Explosion pierces Florida man's cranium, killing him.
Lee, how do you feel about Florida?
I mean, it's kind of the I don't even. Everyone
Kinda
knows
what?
Florida, man.
What?
People from Florida are always kind of a little weird.
So this says a U.S. man died basically when a vape pen blew up, projected fragments into his skull. He suffered burns over 80% of his body in a fire on May 5th caused by the exploding e-cigarette. His body was discovered by firefighters in the burning bedroom of his family home. It is believed to be the first U.S. death from a vape pen explosion. Whoa, man, this is taking vape life to the next level, bro. So, okay, at the table, who's vaped before? John, have you ever vaped?
Nope.
Okay, Lee, have you ever vaped?
I've had an e-cigarette.
Okay, yes, I've vaped many times. I mean, I used to own, I used to go buy those little black e-cigarettes or whatever they're called. Blue, I think is the name brand of them. So I've definitely vaped. I went out and got a vape thing one time, and I don't know.
But this guy was using a modified vape machine, you know? I don't even know what do you call it? Like big cloud competition style.
I mean, anytime I see someone just blowing smoke like that, blowing big plumes, man, it cracks me up, man. Me and Clay at work are just like, vape life.
So okay, so what do you think about, like, obviously, like it's kind of funny, right? But what do you think about people who do it in public?
It's kind of funny.
Public places. You know what I'm saying? Like you're at the grocery store and someone just, because when it first came out, people would vape literally anywhere, no problems, and they'd just like, look, it's just vapor, bro. Now it's kind of frowned upon, so you don't see it as much, but every now and then you'll see someone at the grocery store, or even worse, at a restaurant.
Or at a high school graduation.
At a high school graduation.
I'm sure there were many.
That was outside, though, right?
Yeah,
It was an auditorium, though, right?
you'd think.
Okay.
Was it outside?
Oh, there's definitely outside, but
Okay.
yeah, some inside too.
Vapage all day. I don't understand what the big deal is. I mean, it's odorless.
Vaping inside?
Yeah, what's the big deal? It's
Well,
not,
what about cigarette smoking inside?
I mean, I never had a problem with that as long as it was separate sides of a restaurant, or I still like going to a bar and smoking. I mean, so I never had. I don't understand. Yeah, you can kill yourself with alcohol, but not with cigarettes. Like, all right, man. Like, what are we doing here?
But have you never been in someone's house that had like yellow stains on the wall?
Yeah,
You, like,
probably our apartment when we lived there.
You run
'cause
your finger down it, and you can like write on the wall.
We used to smoke religiously at the apartment. Me, Kenny, and John lived
Yeah.
together. I mean, we would go
Sunday morning.
I mean, good God, you wake up, blow some smoke, man. You'd be all day.
Dude,
I mean,
I had a cigarette lit before I got out of bed.
yeah. I mean,
So the thing with these vapes, though, is they say that the oil is actually super bad for you.
I'm sure.
And it's like the whole thing is like vaping is supposed to be better than cigarettes. But I've heard a lot of people say that actually vaping is worse and cigarettes are safer because the oil gets stuck in your lungs and never comes out.
Yeah.
And then also the water vapor leads to pneumonia as well.
I've heard that for sure. It's kind of weird that this is really, FDA is kind of like, whatever.
Well, but this is a whole new thing. Like, evidently, vaping can cause pieces of a vape machine to get lodged in your cranium.
If you modify the pen. I mean, you got to be careful. You know, you can ride them screets hard, man, but sometimes the screets hit back. And this guy, I mean, it sucks, dude. Like, that's his legacy for the rest of his life. Whenever his friends or family think about him, they'll literally think about,
Probably not.
Dude, if you got killed by a vape pen, I mean, I would be very sad, okay?
But you wouldn't remember me only for that one moment.
I would
hope
think
not.
about that whenever I thought about your death. Yes, an exploding vape
I mean,
pen.
if you thought about my death, of course, but that's not the only thing you would ever think
Dude,
about.
people, strangers would be like, how did this dude die? A vape pen exploded and blew his brains out. I mean, that's all people would think about. They'd be like, man, he lived that vape life.
So in related deaths, you know, like the cell phones exploding in people's pockets and stuff. So
I don't think that's killed anybody, though.
So how do you think this happened, though? Do you think he's sitting there blowing a cloud?
Well, I mean, anything.
I do, yeah.
What compressed air,
Strange smoke.
anything like that is potentially dangerous.
It's not
if you-
compressed air, though.
It's compressed. Anything that's compressed.
Is it compressed? I think it's the lithium
Brother.
battery exploded the device. Or
Yeah, it's powered by battery.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't think there's
I
any
don't know.
compressed air in
I
it.
don't know.
I think you suck through the.
I think
it's
it's
like a hot coil. You suck.
Yeah, it's a hot coil.
Suck the.
I mean,
You heat the juice up on the coil.
it just
and suck the
overheated.
vapor.
He didn't know what he was doing. I bet he made the thing wrong and it
Oh, you
overheated.
think he's at fault
Oh,
here?
you said he modified it.
Well, I mean, he could have bought a mod kit or something.
Well, that's I mean, you know, it's you taking a chance, man. You start messing with things and you don't know what you're doing. I mean, accidents do happen. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's a Florida, man. So
what's
how surprising
more,
is it? I mean,
what's more unfortunate, to spend your whole life vaping and die of horrible lung disease, or just, you know, getting a good vape in and then having it explode.
What's
and kill you
worse?
instantly. Yeah.
I'd rather die instantly than die in a hospital bed somewhere.
Well, there you go. So maybe he had
He
the
lived
easy
his
way
life.
out.
Vape life, boy.
Vape Nation.
But the Vape Nation. All right. Well, good for him.
Moving
Sorry.
on.
Okay.
I know this is one story I know that you were very excited about,
So
as usual.
So we talked about last week that people are literally taking shits on these bird scooters in California. And we talked about how angry do you have to be to literally drop your pants and take a shit on something. Like,
We all said we had never done
never done it. Never
even thought about
Never
it.
even been that angry. Never thought. I mean, if I was
I've
that
never
angry,
been that angry.
the cleanup alone is the worst.
Now,
I don't think
your
you're
lead
cleaning up.
jockey in your monkey games might
Hey,
do that.
They
but,
can do. They're allowed. That's part of. That's the game. That's the game they got involved in.
It's a monkey, man.
Yeah.
It's a monkey.
Okay, so this is out of Canada. Woman furiously shits on floor of Tim Hortons, throws it at employees. There's a video of this somewhere, and it is disturbing. So this woman was upset about something at Tim Hortons, which is a coffee chain in Canada. And you can see her yelling. You got it, guys. If you're not watching this live, you have to go watch this. Go watch this on YouTube or just search it. It will come up. This woman is yelling at this employee like hardcore, not like you forgot my shot of espresso in my drink. I don't even know. It doesn't really say what they were arguing about, but this woman got so mad. You can see her in the video, pull her pants down, take a crap on the floor, then pick it up and start throwing it at employees behind the counter. I'm sorry, but this is unacceptable. This woman needs to be put down like a dog, man.
Put down like a dog?
Yes, you need to be executed. If you do this, it's automatic death penalty. Like,
what?
John, come on, man.
I mean, how mad do you have to be to not only crap in public?
No. She's like,
So we're
I'm
watching the
ready to
video.
go. She's ready to
Drops
go.
her
gonna
pants.
show you.
And she drops the deuce right
Oh,
there.
my God.
Play by play. And she picks it up and throws it at the employees and wipes herself and then throws the paper towel at the guy. Then she rubs her hands down and throws some more.
But she was just having a really bad day, right?
I mean, that's
What kind of bad day would you have
the
to
worst,
have?
Yeah, that's the worst day ever. You don't.
So
So what do you think the punishment should be for this, Lee?
not murder, not instant.
Okay, Lee, what would the punishment be?
Oh, definitely committal.
I mean,
You'd
I
have
think
to be placed in
okay,
that.
if we're getting serious, I think the woman should have to go to anger counseling and complete at least a year.
Brother, that's because you're
and
sitting
be
here.
certified that she has completed a course.
What
to
if you were
control
that
her
guy
anger.
that threw
Yeah.
she threw the
Look, man, I'm just trying to be real with
And
you
can
guys.
people
You're
just-
asking me what I really think should happen. I'm telling you.
But here else, Scoop, Jason says in the chat, did she come in prepared to shit? Can people shit on command? Like, what is the superpower people have? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, what if somebody come right now and
So
put a gun
what-
to your head and said, Lee John, shit in this floor now or you're dead. I mean, I
think-
probably think I'm
so
dead,
listen,
dude. I mean,
listen, I think the reason she was in there is because she wanted to use the bathroom, and they told her no, it was for paying customers only.
well, I guess that, so she was just upset because she couldn't use the bathroom. So in America,
She denied access to this guest based on past behavior and out of concern for the immediate safety of the team members of guest.
so in America,
So evidently,
we
she's done
got
this
black
before.
guys getting arrested for not being able to use the bathroom. In Canada, they're just taking shits on the ground and throwing it at employees.
Well,
I mean, you
maybe
know,
this is all-
dude,
maybe this is all part of it. It's all
Maybe
related.
is it a Tim Horton campaign, a social media campaign? Come to Tim Hortons.
Maybe they were hoping she would get angry and get arrested, and then they could be like, you know.
Mark
we were
Maron.
just like Starbucks coming to Tim
There you go.
Hortons.
Mark Maron does a coffee ad on his podcast. He goes, and he says, "Pow! I just shit my pants." That could be Tim Horton's line now, man. Tim Hortons, pow! You just shit your pants.
But I mean, it makes more sense if you really had to use the bathroom,
Yeah.
and you walked into into Tim Hortons and you asked them if you could use the bathroom, and they said no, right? Like if you absolutely had, and you're pleading with them, and they say no,
But
and you're like, okay, I'm going to show these guys.
but
I mean, picking
she'd
it up.
been in there before and been crazy too. It's not like this is the first time she ever walked into a business.
You don't know that.
It says
It
it in the
said that.
story.
It said that, but what does that mean? Being crazy?
Well, it means
Well, first of all, that's probably not her first offense. You don't come out the gate shitting on the floor and throwing it at people.
I agree. It's not a first time
That's
offense.
that's not where you start off at. I mean,
people do all kinds of crazy things with poop. Like,
Do they?
I don't understand.
what does Lee do with poop?
I flush it.
All right, that's what normal people do. This woman is not normal.
I thought Canada was cool, and now I'm just like,
This done it for you? One
done it
person
for
in
me.
Canada?
I mean, Shania Twain and Bryan Adams were in one hand. Tim Horton incident. I'm sorry, man. I'm against Canada at this point.
I'm just saying this is going to be part of Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3.
It'll be
Is
mentioned
Deadpool 2 even out at this point?
Deadpool 2 is coming out this weekend.
this
so-
weekend.
I think it's coming out
Tomorrow.
tonight, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, tonight.
Okay. Well, there we go. So, anyways, there you go. That's
Shout out to Deadpool 3,
Definitely.
2, whatever.
3, yeah. 3.
Three.
Yeah, so, yeah, check that video out, Insanity in Canada and Tim Hortons, man. You figure you'd be safe there, but apparently not. And like I said, you definitely need to watch this video. It will definitely blow your mind. It's not quite Jason's Twitter of people bleeding out inside Opry Mills, but it'll get you going.
So can you really not think of one situation where you would poop in public?
No. I
Like,
mean,
not even accidental?
accidentally, sure.
Accidentally, but that's not
that's-
really your call.
She picks it up, Lee, throws it, wipes her butt.
This is planned. This is planned. She's squeezing that out.
I mean, I'm just asking, like,
She dropped it like it was hot.
It was hot.
Yeah.
like if you had no other option and you were so angry, like if someone did something to your kids and you felt powerless and you're like, I'm going to
You know
show
what's the
these
best?
guys.
You know what I just watched? I've watched the video about 5 times now. Do you know what's crazy about this video? More so than that incident? If you look behind her, there's customers that literally do not move. Do not look over there.
What would
Nothing.
you do?
I would get the hell out of that store right there immediately. Like, no way, dude. Because I'm going to tell you what. That woman throws that crap at me. We're fighting. Like, I'm going to knock her out, dude. Straight up. I don't.
Probably
I am kind of
not.
surprised there's not more of these.
I'm gonna
In Canada, they're polite, I guess. They don't. They're just like, oh, shit.
I'm gonna do like a Saw thing where I like somehow strap a device to you and you have to follow instructions. And the
Okay.
instruction is gonna be to go into a Starbucks and poop on
Well,
the
if
floor.
my life was on the line, of
and
course I
throw
would.
it just to see what
Well,
happens.
am I going to die if I don't do it?
Yeah.
Well, then yes, I'm going to do it, or I'll try. I may not. I may get killed. Like,
just, I can't do it. Just kill me.
just kill me.
It's
Just,
like it's
just-
not happening,
just
man.
explode the stupid thing around my head or whatever they do in Saw. I don't.
Did you read that story where like there's a real life case of that? Like there's a
What?
so that yeah, it's a known fraudulent thing. They like robbed a bank, and these people came up with the idea that they were going to fake it. So they entrapped this guy into wearing a collar with a bomb on it, and they told him it was fake to go into the bomb and hand him the note and say, if you don't give me the money, they're going to kill me, and I have to follow these series of clues. So he showed up the day of it, and they're like, nah, dude, the bomb's not fake. And they strapped
Oh,
it to his
Lord.
head.
Was it real?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they told him that he had to follow a series of clues or it would blow up. And then he got arrested after robbing the bank, and it killed him in custody. It
Oh
blew-
really?
And
Jeez.
they in forensic, and they were like, there was no way to disable it remotely.
Wow. Well, that's not like Saw. I mean, at least that guy gives people an out. You may have to chop your hand off or something.
It's
but-
really a bizarre story. You should
Huh.
Google it. I'm
Yeah, I'll
sure
have to look
it'll
that
come
up. Okay, what else we got? What other stories we got? Okay, so the internet this week, we've hit the new thing. It used to be the dress. Is it blue or is it yellow or black or whatever the crap that was? We all remember that.
polka dotted or blue
Well,
stripe.
I don't
or
even
something.
remember,
I
dude.
think
Some
it was
stupid
blue or
dress.
brown or something.
The
like
new
that.
thing now, we're about to play audio, and we're going to say, do you hear Laurel or do you hear Yanny? Okay, go. Okay. Okay. So, John,
That's so weird. I was hearing Laurel earlier, and then
Hold on.
you said Yanny exactly when it's speaking, and now I can only hear Yanny.
John, what do you hear right now?
Laurel.
Okay, Lee, what do you hear right now?
Now I hear Yanny now.
Wow, that's weird.
Now I hear Laurel.
Okay, I hear Laurel. Now,
Wait, did something change?
no, just you're probably aware of it now. So I still,
All right, my
but
mind is officially blown.
but if you, so this is the big internet thing. So while you're listening at home, let us, play along in your head. Which one can you hear? So Robin in the chat says Yanny, and I discovered a lot of females I work with at work do hear Yanny because Yanny is at a higher pitch than Laurel is, and so I guess what I'm taking from it is that.
See, he's changing it now. Now I can hear Yanny.
Yeah, we're on the website, and the website lets you change the pitch of it. So right now he's going more lower with it. So if you heard Yanny, you'll probably hear Laurel.
Laurel.
So
Laurel.
so basically they put these two things together on top of each other, and it just shows you what you recognize.
so yeah, a woman's
All right, yeah.
eardrum is smaller, so it
Right.
is able to detect higher frequencies. I
And
got
they-
So I did this thing when I was in high school. There's a thing called a Pandora's box,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically a piezo speaker that you're able to alter the pitch, and it's really high pitch, so it's like, "Ee," and it's got a control knob. You can make the shift go up higher. So what you can do is you can raise it above a human's audible range, but since women have smaller eardrums, they can hear the pitch higher. So what I'd do is I'd go into class and I would start turning the knob just to barely, I couldn't hear it, and I would leave it playing the entire class.
That's terrible.
And people would say something about it. They'd be like, "Do you hear that high pitched?"
Yeah, there was something earlier like that came out this year. That's terrible. You're a bad man.
I mean, I didn't do it that
But let's be
frequently.
honest,
It's like once a week.
It's
you know?
just because
Would the
women.
teachers like freak out too, or
I mean, what could you do?
I mean, would
what
they
could
say
you-
something? Would they?
I mean, they would just be like, "Yeah, it's." What are they gonna like start going in people's backpack looking for a high pitched squeal? Have you
I mean,
never
it
heard
was
like
in the late '90s, man. Like they even knew.
I mean, would that? Did they even? Did the teacher complain about it though?
I mean, they mentioned it. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, Lee, the original catfish, the original troll of the internet.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, guys, we're authoritative. We sound great when we talk. Got these basic, and women just the yap, dude. They're just chirping,
Oh, yeah.
yapping.
I
all
think you're
that.
just trying to give yourself a
No,
misogyny alert at
it's
this
truth.
point.
I mean, this is
You
this
gotta
is factual.
fire the alarm off at this point.
Hey,
Misogyny alert.
it's factual.
Misogyny alert. Misogyny alert.
I don't know if all our viewers would agree. Like you accuse me of singling out states. You just singled out an entire gender.
I mean,
Repeat what you just said.
women are like to chirp and yap, and it's a high squealed voice, and that's why us as guys sometimes don't
But
pay
what did
attention to
you
because we don't even hear. All this time you thought dudes weren't paying attention. We can't hear it. We're off the hook. We didn't even hear what you were telling us to.
It ain't my fault.
Honey, go clean the dishes, or I don't know, whatever they tell you to do. You're just like, yeah. From now on, just go. Didn't hear you. I can't hear you. I'm a dude, man. You have to speak in
My
that.
hearing aids out, honey.
You gotta speak lower.
Hey, go clean those dishes for me. See, I heard that. So there
Yeah,
you
with
go.
the modern technology, maybe.
Guys, I just got you out of house chores for the rest of your life, man. Just pull this story up.
Okay, well, since we're talking about men and women,
Yep.
there was a topic that somebody wanted us to talk about on the podcast.
Okay.
Actually, they said we shouldn't talk about
Oh,
it
boy.
because they didn't like where this would go. But
Okay,
they
go ahead.
wanted to know your guys' feelings on women that don't shave their legs.
Mm.
So that's the whole, women have traditionally shaved their armpits and legs in America and other body parts these days, I suppose.
Mhm.
But, there's kind of like a radical kickback, and some women say, hey, I shouldn't have to shave my legs. And then they go out in public, they have like Birkenstocks and hairy legs.
Yeah, it's not right.
It's not right?
Yeah, it's not right.
Tell us why.
Well, once again, let me preface. This is David's America that I'm talking about right now. But you got to take the majority of women, okay? I'm sick of these fringes coming forward and acting like they're the spokesperson for all women. Most women we know in our lives shave their legs. Am I wrong on that?
Correct.
I would say 75 to 80% of women shave their legs, for sure. I mean, we can put a poll up, see what it is. But so now you have like 10 to 20%, whatever the percentage is. You're chirping at us like, hey, you have to accept these chirping. You have to accept these hairy legs of mine. And it's like, no, you know what? I don't have to accept it. I don't have to date you. I don't have to look at you. I don't have to like you. But I would prefer women I'm with, and I'm not going to my wife every day and going, shave your legs. But come on, man. Like, that's crazy. My wife doesn't like facial hair. So if you never noticed, and I don't really like beard, so it kind of worked out. But if I was going to beard and she didn't like it, I would honestly say, well, maybe I need to shave it off.
Where do you draw the line?
Well,
What if she said, honey, I want you to shave your legs? Honey, I want you to shave your pits.
Well, she does.
No, you.
Oh, she wants me to shave
Yeah.
my legs? I go, I would try it once, I guess. Why
And
not?
if you liked it, you'd be like, sure.
I just keep doing it. Yeah. But
what if she said, I want you to shave your eyebrows?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Why?
Because you look like a boob. I mean, just
So
keep
you don't
on.
think if you shaved your legs, not that you wear shorts, we know you. But
bicycle dudes do it all the
I don't have
time.
a
All these
problem
Lance
with it.
Armstrong wannabes on the roads, which, I mean, we could talk about that another day. But, John, what do you think?
I don't have a personal problem with it, but I wouldn't like my wife to stop doing it.
So you do have a preference.
Well, yeah, I have a preference.
Okay.
But the thing is, it'd be the same thing if there were guys that didn't want to wear deodorant.
True.
I mean, are you allowed to complain about the smell?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. Yeah.
And so, I mean, if we don't like your legs, I mean, you don't have to make me happy.
Right. But
If you don't want to shave, don't shave. That's fine. But don't expect me to be like, oh, that looks good on you.
Right.
Do you braid that hair on your
See,
legs?
that's what I'm saying. Like these women and even dudes are like, I can wear whatever I want. You can't judge me. Actually, no, I can judge you. I do judge you. And as we have eyeballs in our head, we judge every day, every part of our life.
So you're saying it's okay as long as it's a two-way street.
Sure.
Like you're not being unjustly cruel to
Oh,
women.
no, I'm not saying dudes can or have to or anything like that. Swimmers, as someone said in the chat, they shave all the time. I mean, I've seen dudes shave their legs. I mean,
so if a woman shaves her legs and she's not quote unquote chirping about it,
yeah,
you're completely okay with
that's
it.
fine by me.
Yeah.
The chirping, man.
It's just when they start chirping.
I'm just sick of the people on far left and far right just going, you have to accept whatever I put out there, and if you're against it, you're a homophobic, you're a racist, you're an idiot, you're a moron. You know, it's just like, dude, stop, okay? I mean, it's like social media, all this stuff, and these women get on there and they put hashtag. If you see hashtag feminist on a Twitter, man, it's probably going to be bad times, man. And I'm all feminism in its root is a great idea. It is equal across the board. That's fantastic. But these women are like, well, you got to call yourself feminist. Nope, no, I don't. I don't have to.
It does seem like a crazy idea.
You know, and it's just like, hey, we're all trying to get along here. You don't have to hate us. And especially like anybody, you don't have to hate us just because the group before us were assholes. We get it. Dudes in the 50s were jerks. Yes, they were bad guys,
Okay,
man.
I have a question for you. Would you shave your legs on stream?
If we raised money, not even like a lot of money, but if we raised some amount of money,
what
yeah,
if we
sure.
just opened it to donations?
Okay, I probably would.
Okay, John.
I mean, I don't have hairy legs, so it's not going to be that bad.
I've got
Let's see 'em.
very pale legs
Let's see 'em.
myself.
Oh, that's pretty hairy.
I mean, but it's fair, so you can't see
What about
it.
you? So you would do your armpits too?
No, I don't want to do that, man, because that'd be itching real bad. Well,
Brazilian wax.
no, that would be like $1,000. I mean, if we raised 1,000, I would gladly do that. I don't think the viewers, the listeners, $1,000. I'm going to do a lot of things. Okay, but shaving legs, we'll talk. We'll definitely think about it.
All
But
right, we'll see 20
women-
hours into the 24-hour stream.
I'm just saying, women, man, like this is the heel you're picking. This is what you're picking to.
I don't think anyone.
No, they have though. No, I've seen this before.
I think most women that shave their legs do it because they
want to look good for men.
they want to do it for themselves.
John,
This is just my take. I'm not saying anybody else is wrong or right.
I am.
But
Go
look,
ahead.
look. What are the top things that women either buy for themselves or want as presents? It's clothes, jewelry, perfume, shoes. What do all those things have in common? They make them more attractive.
It's true, and there's nothing wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
And then even some feminism on attack attractiveness. Like if people want to be attractive, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being attractive. If you want to be non-attractive, hey man, that's cool, dude. But you can't get offended when people aren't into you because you're not presenting yourself to certain standards. It's fine. If you're fine with that, like if you same thing. If you're a hipster, you want to go out and wear a wacky fedora and wacky glasses and some crazy beard,
neck beard.
Don't be surprised when people are staring at you, going, "Why are those people staring at me?" Because you look like a moron, dude. That's why. I mean, this is the whole hipster mentality. Hipsters are kids that got. This is where I'm starting to go with this. Hipsters are kids that got picked on, and they decided, you know what I'm going to do with my life? I'm going to be so bizarre. I'm going to isolate myself from being attacked in a fashionable manner where I can turn it on the other person. They were smart like that.
I think some
kids get bullied.
Oversimplifying the entire situation.
Nope. Some kids get bullied and they get jacked when they get older. You meet those dudes. You're like, dude, you work out all the time. Why? You got picked on as a kid. Okay, cool, man. Whatever. You're going to walk around. That must be a great feeling to walk around knowing you could kick anyone's ass on the streets.
What happened to you? Did your father not love you?
I started a podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Just because of your dad.
Oh,
issues?
I mean, I just like to talk. I think I'm full of myself, so I'm sure there's a lot.
Dave just wants an audience.
You didn't get picked on enough as a child.
That's it.
Probably. Yeah, I didn't get picked on a lot, fortunately.
Okay.
All right.
Lucky man.
Any more topics? Or are we gonna jump in?
I don't know if I just want to say that I don't agree with you on a lot of
Oh,
those
big
things that were
shocker.
said.
Huh.
Shocker. The internet just broke with Lee doesn't agree with David or John on a point.
Oh,
So you're white.
Some of the
Whoa,
things-
whoa, whoa, hold on. Whoa,
Some
whoa.
of the things you said were kind of crossing
Stand
the
by 'em.
line a little bit.
I stand by him. Okay, you want to get to who's to blame?
Yes.
Okay, who's to blame right now?
Now tell me who's to blame. Yeah, tell me who's to blame. Yeah, tell me who's to blame. Won't tell me who's to blame.
All right, who's to blame? We pick a topic. One person argues for it, other person argues against it, regardless of what you actually believe on it, and we try to jokingly find a winner. All right, so Lee, what's the topic this week?
So a couple of weeks ago, the Met Gala took place, and of course, the premier performer was the one, the only, the timeless Madonna. So
All
this
right.
week, we're going to find out exactly who is to blame for Madonna.
All right, so who's at it this week? Me and
That is
John?
David and John.
Okay, John, I'm going to offer you the chance now. I mean, I can bury you, but which one do you want? Pro Madonna, anti Madonna? I'm giving you the choice since I smoke you every week when we do this.
I'm gonna go pro Madonna.
I figured you would, and that was a bad decision. All right, go ahead.
This is a woman who's been in the limelight since the early 80s, just reinvented herself many times. She's been on the cusp of news reports, good and bad, but she has maintained for the overarching of her career. It's been positive for the most part. She has inspired many, and just this not just in her music but style, the way she carries herself. She is a constant change in a stagnant world, and as we've said before on this podcast, to instigate
Okay,
is
John, your time's up.
we've never had a time limit before.
Yeah, your time's up.
That's gay.
The people want to hear
Stupid.
something. The people want to hear something interesting.
Who are you talking about, John? Were you talking about Rosa Parks or Madonna? You literally just gave the best speech of all time to a has-been pop star who really never really could sing, truthfully. Her entire career has been built on antics. I mean, the video of where she's with the Black Jesus, like a virgin, I'm coming out, I'm having a sex book, I'm releasing it. She had sex with Vanilla Ice. You cool with that? Yeah, you must be. So I had sex with Dennis Rodman. You cool with that? Yeah, sure. Why not? You know, maybe she can go to North Korea and help us defend us from the nuclear attack.
Trump could do it.
And you know what else she inspired? Every trashy pop thing about America you hate today. Every pop star you hate today is just trying to be Madonna. You know, that's all it is. Like all this Kardashian lifestyle we're living, it all was birthed from that Madonna crap. So the Kardashians, their Jersey Shore, the Teen Mom, it all came from Madonna trying to just be a provocateur, and there's no substance in my songs. And I mean, let's be honest, guys. Her greatest hits in the 80s, I mean, it's all right. There's some good tunes in there. But after about 5 songs, her catalog sucks, man. There's nothing even that good about it. She needs to stop whatever she's doing. She's terrible. We're not even going to get her wacky religion she got into. The world would be better off without Madonna ever existing. So that's my take on Madonna. Trash.
All right. Well, I mean, that's a clear-cut case there.
Okay, who do you got as the winner?
David.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me who's to blame. Won't tell me who's to blame.
Honestly, I didn't even hear what John said. It was so
I just
boring.
heard a bunch
tuned
of-
out.
I
I
mean-
tuned out. It was so boring.
I thought he was literally giving like MLK was back in the room. He's giving like this. He's the great man, changed the world, changed the way we see the way. And
like
apparently, here's the
Yeah,
scoop,
this is
breaking
the
scoops.
big one.
Apparently, John said that's gay during Blame Your Brother, and Jason Steen wants that as a drop. So we will be going back to get that one. That's why John essentially lost.
I don't know if we can have that as a drop and play it again and again. That's not something
we'll
you
discuss-
do when
well,
someone drops a slur.
Well,
you don't
we'll
record
discuss,
it.
We'll
and-
discuss John. We'll discuss it with John. I mean, it's just sad. It's going to get played at some point. So, okay. All right. There we
I'll
go.
timestamp
Well,
it.
speaking of John, let's see if we can get another That's Gay out of him on the Dear John segment.
By the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
Dear John, I'm gay. Give me some advice. All right. This is Dear John. We got a listener Send us in an email. Lee's going to read it. John's going to give his advice and watch the magic happen. Go for it, man.
This one comes in. Dear John, something terribly embarrassing happened to me yesterday.
Oh.
It's every young woman's nightmare.
Stop. John, can you see that?
No.
Okay, what do you think every woman's nightmare is? I just want to get your take on that real quick.
I imagine it has something to do with a monthly occurrence.
Okay, there we go.
My boyfriend's father walked in on us during a very,
Nope.
very private moment. We are both in our early 20s and have been dating for 3 years and plan to marry next year when we graduate from college.
Hey.
I don't know if this was a surprise for his father since his son and I have been dating for a long time, but I am very embarrassed about the situation. How can I ever face this man again? He told his son to let me know that he was very sorry and he didn't mean to invade our privacy. I felt a little better about the situation, but I'm still too embarrassed to look the man in the face. Do you think he feels differently about me now? And how can I deal with this from embarrassed?
Zowie.
I think that I don't think he.
Keep going.
Yes, keep
I
going.
Think, I think that he made his point. I mean, he doesn't view you any different. Otherwise, he would have probably tried to steer clear of you if he did. The fact that he made it a point to via his son to make you feel better about it. I mean, that's his goal. I think that time heals all wounds. I think it'll do the same with this.
Oh my God!
I think you've got.
This can't be
whatever
happening.
Anyway, it can be happening. Anyway, I think you're safe. Just give it a little time, and it'll be like things were beforehand. That's my take.
I mean, Lee, do you agree with anything he just said once again?
I don't even know if I heard what he said,
Yeah.
honestly.
So, number one, John, if I was sorry about something, if I felt bad about something, wouldn't I just go to the person instead of going through Lee to apologize to you? This man has seen his, what is this going to be? His,
Soon-to-be daughter-in-law.
thank you, daughter-in-law.
I mean, they say that. They're not engaged.
I mean, you may actually
Boyfriend.
be. I mean, I don't know, man.
They're not even through college yet. A lot happens in college.
There's a lot of suspect here, man. Number one, the dad just walked in on him, just happened to walk in. He knew they were dating, knew they're at the house, and just happened to walk in. Then he tells his son, "Oh, tell her it's all good, man. I'll never think about it again."
What do you
come on,
What do you
man.
think his intentions were then?
He wants to see the goods, man.
He's got the hots for the daughter?
Yeah, probably. I mean, DNA says probably he does. I mean, your father and you probably find the same kind of women attractive to some degree, I would imagine. John, I mean, you disagreeing with that?
No.
So you don't think attractiveness is in DNA?
So let me get this
There
right.
might be
Let me get this right.
Yeah.
When
types.
you have a son,
Yes.
and I assume he's going to have a girlfriend at some point.
Maybe. Yeah.
And John, maybe your son will have a boyfriend one day.
Okay.
And when you'll want to walk in, and
That's
you're
a
going to
different.
find
That's a different scenario there.
you're going to find your son's girlfriend attractive and want to walk in on them.
Define attractive. You
You just said this.
I'm at the age now where
I was looking for the
see
definition.
younger attractive women, but I'm not like attracted to them. And I thought that was always weird when I was 20. I was like, oh, I'll always find 20-year-olds attractive. And as you get older, you're like, I mean, they're cute, but I don't know they're,
Not intentionally walking.
yeah, not intentionally walk in on them, see the goods and go, I'm so sorry about that, man. As Jason said in the chat, signed, my boyfriend's father has now spanked to me. Okay? That tells you everything you want to know. You can't erase memories out of your head, man.
What?
That's
No.
what it says.
No.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay, look. Here, let me take it from a different angle.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
the
saying
dad's taking it from a different angle for sure.
you're saying it's intentional, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of father would not think that his 20-year-old daughter is having sex with their longtime boyfriend?
Right, I agree.
So this isn't intentional.
Yeah, but he walked in on him. Like, you knew what was up, bro. Like,
I mean, they're probably
have you ever walked in a
idiots.
room and people were getting it on and you're just like, I wonder what's happening in the other room. I wonder what those noises are coming from the bedroom. I wonder what that squeaking is. Let me go walk in this room and...
That's probably not how this situation played
so
out.
where were they doing it at? In the living room? Then she wanted to be seen. It's one or the other, brother. It's got to be one or the other. Okay? If you know this dad's coming home and you're boning on the couch, Maybe she's into the dad and this is her way around it. I don't know what's going on. Seems like the marriage plans are far off in the future, so who knows? This isn't even.
So your advice is maybe try to hook up with the dad.
Yeah,
to
why
see
not?
If there's any
see if there's
romance
chemistry
there.
I mean, you're about to get married. Why throw your whole life away? Maybe you're more into the dad.
They're not even about to get married.
Said
3 years.
Yeah, we plan to marry next year when we graduate from college. It's literally in the thing.
Yeah, I guess
but
it
before you get married, honey, let me tell you. Try out some more goods. Try out the merchandise. Shave your legs. Get out there. Meet a couple of dudes. You got this guy right here. The dude's right there. He's right in front of you. You don't even got to work for it. He's already seen the goods. He approves of them. So
go buy some clothes. Put on some perfume.
So, John, what was your final thing?
Time heals all
advice?
wounds.
Time heals all wounds, ladies and gentlemen.
Poor John, since we've sung last song, dear John.
I don't even really understand what that time heals all wounds. Oh, man. Okay.
I mean, she'll get over
So
it.
people you've seen naked, you're just like, yep, forgot what they ever look like. Yeah, thank you. What? You had, yes, you?
I mean, that's not something that's in the forefront
A traumatic,
of my mind.
a traumatic quote unquote event. You tell me you would forget that.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. That's false news. Okay. All
No,
right.
I've walked in on people bumping uglies
Who
before.
have you walked in on bumping uglies?
When I lived in North Carolina, there was a hippie that lived in the woods behind my house, and I would go hang out at their house. And
I bet you would.
he was this like 32-year. He was like a 38-year-old rock climber, and he looked 20. Like
Okay.
it was crazy. This dude's like ripped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't spend money. He wears like sweatpants that are held together with duct tape. But he's like a real chill hippie dude, right?
Okay.
Like, but he's not like a stoner. He's like he climbs rocks and
I
is
got
like,
you,
you know,
yeah.
skis and stuff. And he has this 18-year-old girlfriend.
Oh, boy.
So I would go hang out at their house. They had like ping pong tables.
She
and stuff.
attractive?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. Just
so
kidding.
I had was hanging out on their couch, and I thought I had left my keys, and I was like looking everywhere. So
that kind of party, huh? Couldn't find your keys. Okay,
No,
go
I
ahead.
left, and it started raining. So I came back to see if I could find my keys on their porch.
Because you dropped your keys off at this party you went to.
No, it fell out of my pocket, man. Anyway, that's the story. I walked in, and they were, you know.
And what happened?
Little rainy day.
What happened?
Little rainy day.
Did they look up at you? Did they see you?
Yes, they saw me.
And what'd they say? Was he like,
I was just like, oh, and then left. I didn't say anything to
you didn't
them.
hear them say, oh, God, or like, come on in,
No,
bro.
they acknowledged I was
like-
there.
they
No,
said-
they didn't say come in,
High
bro.
five, bro.
What would you do if you and John were making love and someone walked in on you?
That wouldn't happen.
I'd wake up from that nightmare, but I mean, if it was another dude, I guess we might invite him in. I don't know, man. I don't know how we swing in this scenario you
Probably
created
not.
for us.
Probably not. You would probably be surprised, and you'd be like, "Why
Unless,
are you here?"
unless I was like into that. That's what I'm saying.
so the dad probably turned anyway.
So you know what a key party is, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it is now time for, speaking of attractiveness, speaking of checking out the goods, it's time for Blame Your Selfie.
Honestly, when I first started doing this show, you said you have to take selfies of yourself and put it on the Blame Yourself. And I literally thought you were insane. I was like, why would anyone take a selfie of themselves?
All right. It's time for Blame Your Selfie, where our listeners submit selfies and we show them on the live stream. So this is why you want to come hang out with us. Check out our awesome photogenic listeners. All right. So we know the misogyny alert t-shirts have gone out, so we'll see a couple of those. Here we go. This is Girls, Beer, Sports, the podcast. It says, greetings from Lexington, Kentucky. On this fine Friday evening, hashtag blame your selfie, hashtag Lexington Craft Beer Week, hashtag drink local from Kentucky.
Kentucky
Hey,
is.
John, what do you think about that, man? That Kentucky selfie, pretty awesome, huh?
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like it a
Lee,
lot.
what do you think about
Kentucky is awesome. I love Kentucky.
you love it, huh?
Mammoth Cave is one of my favorite places.
it, man? Mm-hmm.
The lantern tours.
Terrible. Waste of time. Okay. Anyways, that is a Girl Beer Sports. Go check out their podcast. Here's Rusty G. Says, wearing my misogyny alert shirt out in public and at work. No crazy looks yet. Thanks to Blame Your Brother for the shirt. Hashtag blame your selfie. And he's in the Lyft offices there with the misogyny alert, so he may be fired at this point. But anyways,
We don't know.
nice knowing you, Rusty, if you did or did not. All right, this is Michael Anthony. It's time for a joke, guys. If you ready for a joke out there, here we go. John, what do you call a dinosaur who is a bodybuilder?
I don't know.
Tyrannosaurus Flex.
Oh, rim shot. Ba-dum.
That is Michael Anthony's selfie of the week there. Okay. This is Half Pint, looking like he's seen better days. Says 2 weeks since I last shaved, 11 months since my last haircut. I don't blame myself. I'll blame your selfie. See, now he's catching on the mantle that River passed. I like that. I like when they kind of incorporate it into the selfie. So that's writer for the website. You can say he's a writer for sure. He's got the beard, the hair.
He's a writer.
He's a writer.
I noticed he didn't mention how long it had been since he shaved his legs. So
Well,
maybe next
I'm
time.
sure he'll know. He messaged me all
Maybe
the time.
we'll have like a blame your selfie where everyone posts
shaved
leg
legs.
shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next week you make that happen. All right, here we go. This is John. It says, celebrating my niece's graduation from high school. She did a great job, but I'm still going to have to blame your selfie. So that's the Arkansas Good Times. Or what's she wearing? That's like is she in
She's
color
just a-
guard or something?
No, she's just wearing a dress.
color guard.
That's what she was wearing underneath her robe.
Okay, well, there you go. It looked like color guard. I think there was another one, but Squeaky High didn't tag it. So
I can't find tags
Anyway,
that
she-
are
she
not
u-
tagged correctly.
she
in
used
Twitter.
the royal wedding filter. So there you go. Okay. So anyway, so we've gotten to past the selfies. We've gotten advice. We've done all that. So now, thanks to DJ Khaled, it's time for our major key of the week.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, time for major key of the week, where we take a life lesson from this episode and we pass it on to you, the listeners. So we'll start off, John. Anything kind of stand out this week? You have any great one-liners?
I mean, time heals all wounds.
Oh my God, so corny.
That's something like shave your legs or buy a dress and some perfume, something like that.
Corey says, roll with it. Did you say that, John? Say roll. Sometimes you just got to roll with it. Or if it's going to be that kind of party, I'd have stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes. Is another one from the chat room as well, which is a Beastie Boys line. No crap, no coffee. All right, let's decide on one and let's just roll with it. Lee, what do you think?
I gotta go with the shave your legs, I guess.
Shave. How about women, shave your legs?
I would just say shave your legs. in
John,
general.
you vote. You make it official. What should it be?
Women, shave your legs.
Women.
I'm not gonna type that.
Yes.
I'm not gonna make that a key.
Women.
I'm not gonna make that a key.
Misogyny
Shave your
alert.
legs. Okay, so you're just gonna
Misogyny
say
alert.
shave your legs. Is that it?
Misogyny alert.
You're such a wimp. You know, you are literally you're LeBron James
snowflake.
safety pin, man. I'm not even gonna play the end sounder for that. All right, so this was it, man. That was episode 92 in the books. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, checking out the show. Remember, if you missed the live stream, you can get us on podcast, all podcast formats, catchers. You can get them there. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, all those good ones. And also go follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. If you subscribe to that YouTube, you'll catch it when we go live. You won't miss another show. And always, like we tell people, buy stuff on Amazon, help support the new order that's coming, the Amazon World Order. But before they get set up, buy crap to them, use our Amazon link, and we get a small percentage of sales. That way we can be the rebel fighters when it goes down. We'll have some of their money in our pockets. You can buy a Blame Your Brother shirt through Amazon, pretty neat shirt. And we still got some Misogyny Alert t-shirts. We're going to figure out what we're going to do with them. I don't know. We'll see. And Radio Vegas Rocks streams us every Thursday, so go check out radiovegas.rocks on the internet or go get the app, Radio Vegas Rocks app, internet, 365 days of the year. And also, you can email the show. Don't forget that if you want to get
Please
John.
email us or send us a voicemail, especially if you have ideas for a 24-hour marathon.
There you go. That's a good idea. So hit us up on that email, Dear John, Who's to Blame, or the segment like John just said. It's all there, guys. There's no excuse not to do it. Go tell your friends about the show, retweet it, share it, like it, all of that good stuff. And with that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Burn this.
I'm sorry?
Welcome this must never be seen.
Today is Thursday,
by
May
anyone.
17th, the 137th
Has anybody seen
day
this?
of
Nobody has
2018.
seen this.
There are
They have to be found
228
and talked
days
to.
left in the year. On May 17th, 1968, 9 men and women, including brothers Philip and Daniel Bergen, entered the Selective Service Office in Cantorsville, Maryland. seized hundreds of draft files and burned them outside to protest the Vietnam War before being arrested. The Canterville's Nine, as they came to be known, received federal prison sentences ranging from 24 to 42 months. That is today's Memory of the Week. David, John, and Lee, back to you.